good evening out there, everybody. How is everybody going tonight? It's here from Italy. It's still lockdown and really not a lot going on. Stay indoors, don't go outside, yeah, succumb to the evil giant that is Netflix. And that's a big question. Is Netflix the cause of the coronavirus because they all want us to stay in and subscribe? Because we'd be lost without Netflix these days, correct? So I think I've lost count of how many days that we've been in lockdown. And I think I'm going to say that we're in day 6 or 7 of complete lockdown here. And it continues to change every day. Hello, Debbie. And it's kind of interesting, this whole thing of locking down across the country, and you can see a lot of people, a lot of towns and cities, are really enforcing the laws a lot heavier. And there's a lot going on now in Spain as well. And I was just watching in some of the Spanish towns, they're handing out fines and arresting people and taking them off the streets and getting them out of there. And of course, I think that video that was circulating yesterday with the I thought I could pass the virus via the telephone. Apparently you don't. Oh, okay. That's why I've got my mask on. Hello, Karen Niman. Hello, Tina. Hello, Bill. Hello, Luke Duke. Hang on a second. I'm inside, so I can take the mask off. I don't have to have it on. Right, Barry. And the schools in Northern Ireland now closed from 5 p.m. today. Okay, interesting. That's good. Hey, there's Giuseppe down in Colombia. Giuseppe, how are you, mate? And Bailey in Hutchinson, Kansas. Hello. And Joanne Campbell in Lisburn, Northern Ireland. The schools closed from 5 p.m. today. Yeah. So I've been watching some of these viral videos and stuff like that from Spain, and these people still jumping in the swimming pool, and all the lads still singing songs, and they've now got football chants with the words coronavirus as part of it. So it's things are changing, and the Spanish police, you don't want to fuck around with them, to be honest with you. It's hardcore. A lot of people, a lot of changes coming, and I know there's still a lot of skeptics. And as I said, I'll say in all these broadcasts, I've always been, I was at the very start of all of this, a skeptic, but I've certainly seen the changes happening, and I'm realizing now that of course, we had our own opinion about it, but I've realized now, and being skeptical was interesting, but now watching it happen and being part of it and being right in the center of it, the epicenter of the European leg of it all, and it's kind of interesting watching. I was saying to someone earlier, it would be it's one of those things where you thought that could be it's like a snowball, or versus an avalanche, and you put a ball in make a little snowball up, and you watch it roll down the hill, and it gets bigger and bigger, and then it comes to a stop. And or it's an avalanche, it just one bit of snow that breaks off and falls down the hill, and bang, it's just keeps going, and that's what seems to have happened. Hello, Damien. How are you, mate? Damien, what's going on in the Middle East? Is there much talk or much? We haven't seen a lot on the news about the Middle East and coronavirus, but is there much going on about it? Hello, Diane. Hello, Aidan. Hello, Bernard. Hello, Gianna. Colette. Hello. Who else is in there? Tina. Luke Duke. So it's I've seen it firsthand. No, I know, Bill. You know, we say it all the time, never in our lifetime, especially what we went through in Belfast in the old days, you know. But you could never have envisaged that then we'd go through it, something like this, the pandemic that would you know, take control of everything. You know, like it literally has. It's taken control of everything. So it has across the world, you know. So it's so working from Sunday. So Damien is in Dubai in the Middle East. He's just saying that they're shutting down stuff and things in Dubai in the next couple of days, and they're going to start working from home. Hey Paddy, how you doing, mate? And Paulina in Moscow, hello. And yeah, it's really interesting to watch this thing as it's grown and evolved. And like I said, you know, I can't bang on enough about the skepticism of it all, and watching television and thinking, well, what is this, you know, stuff that's going on, you know, and you laugh at it, it's just another flu. But dear God, it's like taking the whole world by storm. It's unbelievable. So I hope that it doesn't reach, I mean, it has reached the UK, of course, and Ireland, but I hope it doesn't reach to the same levels that it has here in Italy. Hey Janelle and hey Shamima. That, you know, I think last night I've again been sending some stats down to a couple of different people who've been asking me for some updates, and you know, we had like 354 deaths yesterday within the last 24 hours. Now it's 7 o'clock tonight. There'll be the new update, but Italy is just nowhere near its peak yet. It just continues to grow. All right, Dobby, how are you, mate? Down in New Zealand, mate. G'day, mate. And it just, yeah, Italy hasn't reached its peak yet. And this is one of the things that worries me about having been skeptical at the start and now not so. It worries me about a lot of the people that, you know, this is about to happen. You know, this is going to happen. I just hope it doesn't happen to the same levels and the same degree of what things are happening here. Janelle's in New Mexico, in the US, and yeah, I did read an update on Janelle's Facebook earlier, but she is saying that the strip in Vegas closed for 30 days as of midnight last night, so a few hours back. So kind of imagine, for those of you that have been to Las Vegas, and you know, I know what it's like. You get in there and you want to leave 24 hours later, but imagine the strip in Las Vegas completely closed down. That's incredible. That's amazing. You know, MGM, Excalibur, Monte Carlo, the Luxor, Mandalay Bay, you know, Bellagio, Caesar's Palace. Can you imagine all of that infrastructure completely shut down, and shut down for 30 days? You know, it's the city that never sleeps. Well, it's gone to bed for 30 days. You know, that's going to be incredible to imagine. And of course, when we watching the news later, we'll see that footage on CNN, and that'll be really interesting to see what's going on there. Hello, Gulam in Venice. He works in Venice. He's there. Dobby's just telling me there that made 20 cases at uni due to close, but business as usual for now. All sports cancelled. Yeah, it's about 20 cases in New Zealand. You know, they're small, and that's what I'm hoping, that these cases don't escalate, you know, and grow, and you know, become more and more and more. That's why I'm just hoping that, you know, all of the wheels that are being placed in motion within the UK and Ireland and even in the US, I just hope it doesn't get to the same extreme that it has here in Italy. I do hope and pray that it doesn't do that, you know. So now Joanne's just talking about lots of friends losing their jobs. Joanne, yeah, that's a big concern for everybody, and a big worry, and that this is the fear, you know. It's like, if this thing continues to grow and does escalate, and people are, you know, initially people were talking about, oh, we'll stop, you know, we'll close for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We're now looking at 30 days, 60 days, 90 days before some of these people are now talking about reopening again. And it's just like, it's horrendous, it's ludicrous, you know. It doesn't make any sense how this can, you know, this cannot be allowed to happen in today's world, you know. It just doesn't. You know, and you know, gosh, you know, it's the hardest thing, you know, losing jobs. And I know a lot of people with the airlines have been asked to take unpaid leave and time off and everything, and while we get this fixed. But you know, I think, you know, too, whilst there's been a lot of problems and issues and various countries not taking this serious enough, it's hard to point fingers because, you know, you kind of want to do the right thing for your people and everything like that, but it's very difficult, you know, when you don't take the precautions that are on the side, don't pay attention to the signs, because inevitably, you know, whilst an avalanche will start at the top of a hill and finish at the bottom of the hill, you know, people get on planes and fly, and people carry bugs and flus and touch things and pass things on, and that's how this thing has been allowed to spread, you know, so much. And it's no good blaming anybody. It has originated somewhere, and it has spread. So it's one of those things. It's really interesting. Excuse me. As I mentioned yesterday as well, it's almost like a World War III without the really bad bloodshed, you know. It's kind of like something that someone's put into the system and it's wormed its way. It's like a computer virus, you know. You open an email or a message from someone, it's got a virus in it, and it destroys you and thousands of other computers within seconds. And that seems to be what's happened here, you know. You know, a number of people are posting up here that so many people out of jobs, and that's really sad. And that's yeah, you kind of wonder. Like I said, you know, it defies logic that this is allowed to happen. You know, what's interesting, we're seeing canals in Venice clean for the first time in years, because there's no boats, no gondolas, no vaporettas, water taxis and stuff like that. So we're seeing canalways completely clean. We're seeing air pollution in many parts of the world being very clear for the first time in years. And you sit down, I know there's all the conspiracy theories, there always will be, and we will always have them, but you kind of go, this is incredible, why this is happening, and yet some of the natural elements of this world are starting to clean and become better, and I don't know, it's a very, very hard thing to fathom or understand, you know. We see that also in China, they're reporting very, very low amount of cases now. They seem to be really getting on top of things, which is great. We actually had 30 Chinese doctors arrive here in Italy the other day to help with the epidemic. I'm sure that you're reading a lot of reports in overseas about the medical system here. The hospital system is collapsing, and it is because they just don't have the ICU beds to deal with this. And there has been a lot of talk in the press and media that people over the age of 80 will be just, you know, unfortunately, they won't be given the care and attention that they need to maybe live another few years, you know. They'll be being a lot more attentive to the people that have the virus. So, you know, it's always hard to gauge what you do and don't read in the paper and what's right and wrong, and it's hard. So I hope that's not true, but with a medical service that is completely stretched and in a disaster zone because of everything that's going on, it's very hard to see past that. So it must be very difficult for the medics as well, because what are they going to do, and how do they do, and how do they make these decisions? So it's very difficult for them as well, you know. So going back to Janelle's point, and of course Joanne's point about so many people out of jobs, yeah, I mean, it's affecting families and everything at the moment. It's just, whoa, you know, it's like, it's crazy. It's just a crazy time, you know, that we've been allowed to, the world has allowed itself to enter into this, you know, this issue. And Diane, indeed, you know, Diane there in Belfast, Northern Ireland, was Dan's talking about, you know, that it's important to be strong and help each other out. Absolutely, you know, and it's been really good to see some great things in Northern Ireland. Some of the local supermarkets and everything offering the elderly some, you know, extended services regarding shopping and medical services, and that's been brilliant. That's happened in Italy as well. It's happening in Spain, and of course the governments in many of these France and Spain and Italy, whatever, have been helping the people by, you know, withholding mortgage payments, bill payments, and things like that. So it's been very, very good in that. Damien's just telling me there that there's no visitors allowed into Dubai from midnight tonight. This includes visa on arrival. Wow. People are being offloaded from the flight, so they don't have residency visa. Wow, that's incredible. So that's a big move. I hadn't seen much about the Middle East actually over the past week or so regarding the virus, but there we go. No visitors allowed into Dubai from midnight tonight. This includes visa on arrival, people being offloaded from flights if they don't have residency visas. Wow, so that's incredible. That's a big step from Dubai, you know. Hi Paula, how are you? Hello David in New York, Darren in London, Dermot in Lisburn, Jason down in Australia, Trina in Florida. Yeah, Darren, it is going to be dire for the Spondula. It really is. I think we all need to just go home and sit and watch the In-Betweeners on repeat, you know, and laugh and smile. Hello Louise up in Donegal. No, Dermot, he doesn't. Do you like, this is a trendy new age cardigan. This is a bit of a millennial cardigan, if you like, you know. So it's hello Kevin in Lambeg. Yeah, Damien, I didn't know it. Dolphins in the Venice canals. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I must have a little look about that later. Didn't know. But yeah, I mean, it's incredible to see that the canalways in Venice are physically clean. You can see the fish. You can see the bottom of some of the canals. And you've never been able to do that for years. But it's like, you know, Mother Nature. Someone mentioned this to me again the other day as well. You know, Mother Nature. We'll just never understand Mother Nature, and we can never fight with Mother Nature. You know, we saw the fires in Australia before Christmas, which were devastating. And you know, we've seen the you know, last year the Northern Californian fires and the mudslides, and man, it's just like, you know, some of the Mother Nature devastation is just incredible. You know, it's just wow. We've got Sarah watching in Lisburn, Stevie in Lisburn, Alison in London. Alison, congratulations on the new job. That's amazing. And maybe we'll get to work together again soon. You never know. Hello Charlotte over the other side on the west side. This could be fixed, the hole in the ozone. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of Dermot. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and Darren, you're talking about Mother Earth, a chance to heal, and yeah, that's a really good point. Actually, Darren has just, you know, be good to continue this once the virus passes. And some people over the past few days have been talking about the fires in Australia, how a lot of people bonded together during those fires, but now here we come with the virus, and people, it's every man for themselves. But before, you know, during the fires, it was like bonding together. So this is a really interesting point being made. Yes, it would be amazing to still be together and be unified in this, and actually realize that we only have really one chance to get this right. And if we keep fucking up, basically, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So yeah, it would be a really, really good thing for us all to come together. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what, you know, Darren, just for you, I got a free pack of toilet paper. Just for you, Darren. There you go. Pack of 4. That's all I've got left, by the way. That's what's here. That's all we have. 4. And we're limited the ply rules. Note the name on the toilet paper, Pamela. Pamela Conte. Pamela with me. Ooh, there we go. Hello, Pamela. So I think that's why I picked it up, because she was like a hot blonde. So, and I didn't want one with the, like, all those like little pictures on board, you know, like sort of hot blonde. And it's fine. That was a special prop I brought in there for me today. I thought that I know, Charlotte, I can't help myself touching my face. I did when I began the little broadcast. I actually had my little mask on here, and as I was started the broadcast, so I'll try not, if I touch my face, at least I have the mask. Hello, Ricky. How are you, mate? Ricky works in LA there. He's just getting over a really bad bout of pneumonia, and so he's confined to quarters as well, and isn't allowed to fly. But Ricky, we all hope you get well very soon, mate. And thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Angela, how are you? We're on the east side. We hope that everything's well. Philip Gilmore, Sandra McMahon. Darren just telling them they've been advised by the Royal Free Hospital that the NHS in the UK won't be resuming scheduled surgery for at least 12 months. Jesus. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of, you know, things coming out of all of this, you know. It's like, it's mad, all of the chops and changes that take place due to this virus. I'm indoors, by the way. I'm just wearing the mask for a prop. I hope everybody doesn't mind that. When you go outside here, it's mask time. Even though the virus apparently is not, you know, spread through through air and stuff like that, it's very important that we continue to wear our masks and show a little bit of continuity. And I actually saw a picture today of a girl, and she had her bikini bottoms tied around her face was her mask, and I thought that was really creative. I'm not sure if she'd been wearing them before putting them on, but anyway, could be a few takers for that one, you know. Hello Rab in Moscow, thanks for watching. Hello Philip Gilmore from Lisburn, good man. And hello Colette. And it's nice. Jan in Texas, hello. Jean in Seattle. Karen in Belfast. And yeah, Joanne, it's funny, Joanne's son is saying about her son is comparing it to a zombie apocalypse. That's what I've been saying, you know. It's that's what it's like. When I've gone out a couple of times just to get provisions from the shops, you put the mask on, and I've been out in the street and there's physically nobody. There's just nobody out there. It's completely empty, and it's, you know, everybody's inside, but it's like one of those scenes from the movies where you're just walking around and it's either like a movie set and there's nothing behind all of the facade, or it's just like there's nobody alive, and you want to kind of go into everybody's house and take something and break in and see what they've got in their fridge or whatever. But yeah, it's a surreal experience. It really is, living, you know, in this moment, in this place, and this is only a small part of what's going on around me. But you'll see a little video I put up earlier. I just grabbed a bit of footage when I've been out to the supermarket or the pharmacy, the chemist, or whatever, and you grab a little bit of footage as you go past and stuff like that. But to see the streets just so dead, it's like, whoa, this is incredible. So that's what it's like in this small town. But you know, there's thousands of other small towns across the country just like it, and then there's all the major cities like the Milans and the Romes, and you know, and other places all around, you know. So it's incredible. All right, Sparky, I like Rab, good man. That'll be great. Thanks, Rab. Yeah, I want to do a little catch up. I must say, if anybody's got, let me know. Send me a message on Facebook, please. Who's got Skype? Or I'd love to do a couple of interviews with some of you and how the coronavirus is starting to affect your daily life. Be you wherever in the world you are, please send me a private message with your Skype addresses, and we can set up a couple of calls, and I'd love to do some interviews with you, put a little bit of something together, and I'd like to ask you some questions about how the coronavirus is actually affecting your daily lives at the moment, and what's going on around you, and how you're feeling about it, and how your panic and stress levels are about it, and are you really concerned and worried about it. And I'd love to be able to chat to many of you and do that. All right, Mark. Thanks, Joanne. Do you like that? Now, Dermot made a comment earlier. That's my dad's cardigan, but it's actually a millennial cardigan. It's blue, very nice iron kind of pattern on it there. And Dermot's just saying my dad says he's not bothered. Exactly, Dermot. He's not too bothered with it, is he? He's a good man. He's doing all right. My old dad, God love him. You know, he's hanging in there. Unbelievable man. And but this cardigan will. I'm glad this cardigan's getting a lot of news. And thanks, Damien. I must have a wee look at that in the canals. I didn't know that, and I actually haven't been on to see much of the newspapers today. I'm watching CNN, of course, and you know, unfortunately, now that the Americans got coronavirus, it's ours. It's theirs. It doesn't belong to anybody else anymore, you know. Hello Roy, how are you, mate? How you doing? Matteo Cooney, how are you, buddy? Doc, Dustin in Hutchison, Kansas. Gary Doc in Belfast. Mike Brackett, hello Mike. Best fries, best garlic bloody fries I've ever eaten in my life, mate. Everybody gotta love Mike Brackett and Mike and Sandy Brackett. Great people, amazing people. Hello Troy down in Australia. Dermot, actually that's a really good idea. That could be next on the agenda, to get a little drone to go out and start looking around while we're doing these, and like cross live to the drone. Hello Joe in South Carolina. Hello Angela. Hello Felicity in Australia. Hope you're all well. And just for any of the Aussies that are on board, $500 and it's yours. 4 rolls, premium toilet paper. I'll do a good deal, $500, but no credit, cash up front. Something else that, you know, I mean, I was wearing the mask a couple of times and when I'm on, but yeah, the mask's important, by the way, folks. Don't forget your wee mask and your little sanitizing cream, you know, and don't be using that sanitizing cream for anything else. It's for to kill the germs on your hands, you know. There's a friend of many of us, a guy called Trevor Aikenhead. Trevor's a retired teacher, but Trevor's actually offered his services today, and as a teacher online to be able to help kids if they're home from school and they need some help with education, with maths and French. Trevor, unbelievable! What a phenomenal thing to do. Joe's just telling us there that the capital of South Carolina, Columbia, has been issued a curfew from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. We will be next. So that's very interesting to see that happening. So again, all around the world, and people are taking issues and stuff like that. And here we go. So folks, this is an interesting little fact. This is on worldometers.info. A very interesting little thing. I'm going to read it out to you here. So Italy is now at 35,713 cases. The new cases in the last 24 hours, 4,207. That's in the last 24 hours. That's the new cases. So the total deaths are now 2,978. I want to keep these broadcasts as clean and informative as possible, but fuck me. The new deaths in the past 24 hours is 475. So yesterday it was 368, I think it was, for the 24-hour period to 7 o'clock last night. It's now, 475 deaths. So wrap your head around that, and 4,207 new cases. I know that that's Italy. Thank you. I know that that's Italy. All right, Julian, how are you, mate? Pete Taylor. I know that they were just the Italy statistics I was just saying to you, and you know, the majority of those people are probably over, you know, the ages of 70 or 80 years of age, but still, we've noticed globally, and in Europe we've noticed, you know, a lot more people in their 40s and 50s and 60s unfortunately have been passing away from the virus. But that was incredible. 475 people have died in the last 24 hours from the virus in Italy alone, and the cases have jumped. I don't know what went wrong so badly with Italy. I don't know. I don't understand. I know there's trade. Hello, Monica. No, Monica, you're right. China didn't even experience this level of mortality. They just didn't. They did not. Hi, Louise. How are you? And yeah, that's incredible. Just showing those figures. Hey, Trina from Florida. How are you? So, whilst the figures do rise here in Italy, and as this shitty little thing fucking spreads across Europe, and we will see things increase in Spain and Germany and France, and you know, as I said, I just hope it doesn't get as crappy at this back on, right? Louise has asked that I put the mask back on. Okay, I'll put the mask back on. There we go. I don't have to have it on inside, because I am inside. Geordie Mick is watching. Geordie's on the west side. He's built a wall, and you're not allowed over to the west side of the bridge. He's got us all blocked out. Hey, Anne, how are you? So I wanted to say a couple of things, a couple of shout-outs. Trevor Aikenhead, as I was saying earlier, great lad from Belfast, from Lisburn, and is offering educational services to many of those that will be home from school. And he's going to offer additional help if he can help, or anybody needs a little bit of a question answered for mathematics and for French. Another thing I wanted to talk about and mention about is that people are telling me, again through Messenger and through private messages, that people are not being tested or not being offered tests. So nobody knows if people have it or don't have it, you know, which is a really interesting fact, you know, because in Italy they've been testing people, so they're finding out who's got it and who hasn't. And this is the big fear in the US, especially, that, and I guess in the UK and everywhere else, that people are not being offered tests, so people are not getting tested. And that's a really, really bad thing, you know. People need to be tested for this virus. I've said it, I've bleated on about it. The flu exists. The normal flu that killed 600,000 people a year, that exists. That's all, that's out there, still killing people. This coronavirus is in addition to that, so that's what we got to get real with. Melanie Wilson has just jumped in online. Everybody, it's Melanie's birthday today, so I'm not sure exactly how old Melanie is, but she's probably 17. Melanie, are you 17 today or something? 18? Melanie's a great singer, songwriter from Belfast, and but everybody, if you can, give her a wee happy birthday today because it's her birthday. So happy birthday, Mel. Jock McKenzie, you're a good man, Jock, a good DJ. Everybody. If you get a chance, well, actually, no, hang on. We're not in 1980 anymore. Shit. Sorry, Jock, I was getting confused. Gino. Hello, Gino. Ciao, Gino. And are you wearing pants? Jody Mick, no, I'm not wearing pants. I have another mask as my underpants. I've put two patches on either thigh, and I've got the cords of the mask pulled around, so I'm wearing a facial mask. So I am. Hey, Maureen, Maureen McGivern Biachi. Maureen, how are you? Hope you're well. And up in Varese. Just Varese's only 1 hour from Milan, so pretty much very close to the whole epicenter of everything. And anyway, it's Maureen and her husband and daughter up there. I hope they're all doing well. Joe just said her son just called her to say that he finished his last day of work today, on lockdown soon. Wow. And that's what's happening, folks, you know. Anne's asking, is it getting any better? Is there still plenty of wine? Yes, there's still plenty of wine. That's a good thing. But Anne, I was just reading out there a few minutes ago. I just got the updated the updated new cases and the updated death statistic. And yeah, wasn't looking great, you know. Like last night it was 360, I think it's 479 or something, 475 I read out there in the last 24 hours. So the Italy, Kitty Kinch, how are you, Kitty Kinch? You know, what's really interesting is that Italy has not peaked, and that's the thing. The death total is just continuing up and up and up, and that's not good. And the cases are just increasing by the day as well, you know. So one of the big things, by the way, you know, that a lot of people have talking about and mentioned. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? Jock, am I wearing aunts? Stay off my side of the river. You can keep your side of the river, mate. You've built your wall. I know where to go. I know where you live, and I can get you. You know, many people have spoken about over the past few days on these broadcasts as well about small business and employees, and Joanne mentioned it earlier, Janelle mentioned it earlier, that people are getting, unfortunately, laid off, and it's going to be very difficult. I know there's some plans in place for some countries with withholding mortgage payments and bill payments, or, you know, the US is talking about giving every family $1,000, but $1,000 really doesn't go a long way. And you know, it's kind of very, very hard to understand that. Something that when we go out, by the way, when we go outside to a supermarket or pharmacy, we have a form that we have to fill in, and we have to carry that form and our passport or whatever with us, so that we've filled in on that form why we've gone outside. But you're only allowed to go to the pharmacy, the grocery store, and that's it. And nothing else. That's as much as you can do. All right, Andy, how are you, mate? Hey, Catherine, over in California. So Joe's asking, what have you stockpiled in your pantry food cupboards to get everyone to post pictures? Right. This is a really interesting topic, because one of the things that stockpiling, I'm an anti-stockpiler. I have to say this. Now, I showed you before. There's 4 rolls of toilet paper, and we've probably got about another 3,004 rolls over there. So no, we don't. That's, look, you know, we have pasta in our cupboards, we have eggs in our fridge, we have ham in our fridge, we have things in our fridge, but our fridge is not a big, massive, giant fridge. So it's just got regular food in there that we'll need, you know, a bit of chicken, bit of ham, pasta, meat. you know, I mean, the normal things that you need, you know, and so haven't gone overboard, haven't gone, got carried away or anything. Just normal amount of toilet paper, normal amount of bits and pieces, just have not gone overboard. Hey Farley, what about you? Been very, you know, smart. One of the things that's happened here in Italy is that everybody's been very mindful of everybody, and so people have taken into consideration other people. They go out, they get groceries, and they leave enough for the other people that are going to come in behind them and behind them and behind them. Nobody is pulling things off the shelves and filling their trolleys out. Hey Louise, I will say that obviously more people are going to the supermarket a little bit more frequently, but they're certainly not, you know, raiding the shelves of you know, of all the products so that nobody else can have anything, and that's been a really good thing for the Italians. I've got to say that they've been very mindful of that. All right, Desi, and like I said, I've seen some great posts from other parts of the world where people are being mindful as well. And Louise, I've got to take this off because it's very hot. It's very warm under there, especially with a beard. Jock, what's for tea tonight, mate? I'd love some sausage, eggs, and chips. Yeah, and I said, Joe, I you know, bread's another thing, but you know, the shops here. One of the things about Italian bread, it's a daily thing, and it is in general in normal life. The Italian bread is not filled with the preservatives and sugars and everything that American bread might be, or other breads in the world. So you tend to go out for your bread on a daily basis, you know, or every 2 days. You tend to go out. As I adjust my little hat. Trinity, by the way, is a cycling club organisation from Dublin. I think from Dublin, but from Ireland anyway. And it's called Trinity. And there are one other sponsors is a company called MAP, who made a mine from Scotland, runs in Europe, and MAAP, MAP, great cycling gear for all of the cyclists that are online watching this. That is not a sponsored or paid for post, I'm just telling you, and neither is Trinity. Desi, how are you, mate? Angelica, how are you? Jock's having steak and pasta tonight. Oh, a bit of surf and turf in there, huh? Good man. And steak and pasta. Jock, I'll be over. Give me half an hour, I'll be over for my dinner. But yeah, no, bread, again, people are not stockpiling bread and stuff and not stockpiling crappy foods, you know. People are still going out. For God's sake, Dave Rudy, did you shag my granny? You're wearing her cardigan. Apparently it was my dad's cardigan. It's a nice it's a millennial cardigan. It's very millennial looking, and I'm a millennial. But no, you know, I think people can get carried away with the whole stockpiling thing, and I understand it, but that's adding to the whole, you know, issues of the pandemonium that's going on around the world and the virus. You know, there's the virus, but then there's all the stockpiling and all the people rushing in the supermarkets, and even we saw there over the last couple of days in the US, people queuing to buy guns. Now, I don't know what part of a gun you can eat, or what part of a gun you'll wipe your arse with, or what part of a gun you'll clean your hands with. I just don't know. But I'd be that worries me when people are going out to buy guns. That does worry me. And stockpile on ammunition. Again, I know what their thought process is behind it, because they're concerned about being put under curfew and many of these things happening. So, but it's not the way forward. Hello, Diane Evans or Diane McGowan. How are you? So, yeah, there's a lot of things going on and people of course react to the press and media, and people have different points of views and different ways of looking at all of this, and I understand that. I get all that, you know, and we're all entitled to our opinions, but yeah, Dave's just saying governments are being very shit at communicating the full story, hence due to the unknown, people panic. And it's true, Dave. That's exactly what happens, and you know, it's not good on either side, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's inevitable. It's going to happen, you know. The governments haven't told the people the full story. I mean, I have to say, everything I've seen here, you know, the government have been very upfront. We're in a crisis mode here in Italy. You know, we're having big problems and big issues with the health system, health service, etc. So, but they've been very upfront about it, and they're trying to give us solutions for this to happen. Americans have more than one fridge freezer. They can freeze a ton of stuff in an hour. It's going to affect the poor. Absolutely, Joe. There's no need. There's just no need to go out and stockpile. But America's that kind of country, you know. There's no need to own guns, but most Americans do, or a lot of Americans do. I'm not saying you can't own a gun, but I don't understand why people would want to have, 4 and 5 semi-automatics in their, closet, or behind the couch. I'm not sure why people do that, but it's it's kind of weird for that. It's people stockpile ammunition, people stockpile food, and stockpile services such as toilet paper from Pamela. Pamela, everyday toilet paper for the everyday man. So that's not a paid advertisement either. I just happened to buy that off the shelf because it was $1.99. So it's it's a very difficult time for everybody and everything. That's it, folks. I'm gonna potty off now. It's potty off. Do you like that? Potty off. Toilet paper. Potty off. It must be my turn to use my 2-ply sheets. But look, we've all got to stay safe out there and do what's right for us and understand and help each other. And that's the big Robin Way. Hello, Robin Way. Robin Way in Canberra. How are you, Robin? I hope Robin is well. And how is Lisa doing as well? I've forgotten Lisa's surname, Robin. I can't remember. The things that are going on, sorry, I'm stuttering there a little bit, just thinking about a few things. But one thing I did want to talk about, which I thought was brilliant actually, Keith Urban. And Keith Urban did a live 35-minute show on Instagram, and for his fans, free. And of course, a lot of concerts and shows and everything are getting cancelled left, right, and centre. So he's obviously in a position where in his garage he's got his, backline, and he's got his PA systems, and he's got all his bits and pieces. So that's brilliant. What's Lisa's surname? The stuffed toy Lisa. I can't think of Lisa's bloody surname. Can't think. I'm sorry, Robin. So anyway, Keith was on there, did a live show, 35-minute full show, and Nicole Kidman was there, and she jumped in and did a bit of a dance with him and was in the background. But I have to admire, I think there's a couple of other artists that are actually going to do some online live stuff to try and help people through this. Hey Roy's just telling us the Dropkick Murphys did a live show as well. Brilliant. I look, you know what, whatever it is you're doing, when this thing hit in Milan a few weeks ago, Armani, I think it was Armani, Armani did a live show. Was their show was dark, so basically there was no audience. They had to do the show. But Lisa Davison, God, Robin, I'm so sorry, I forgot the bloody name, but thank you, because I follow Lisa Davison's trials and tribulations across the world, which they have been, and it's a little stuffed toy that just goes everywhere, and I think it's brilliant. So well done, Robin Way. Robin Way, by the way, everybody, is just one of the world's brilliant people. She really is. So just talking about the Dropkick Murphys here. So a lot of artists are actually taking to Instagram to do some live shows, and I think that's great. We're in a situation where we can't go to concerts, but you know what? If the artist is willing to put on a show from their home, acoustic or otherwise, fantastic. Thanks, guys. We live in a different world. You don't have to be a show person anymore. You don't have to be bigger and better than anybody else anymore. You can just get on there, give us a show from your garage or from your lounge room or from wherever it happens to be from. Thank you. Thanks for doing that. And I think that's great. And I was going to say that Armani a few weeks ago in Milan, when Milan, the virus was starting to hit, his show was cancelled. But he still went live with the show on social media. There was just no audience there. But he took the show to social media. I'm not sure what the audience figures were, but I just think that's brilliant that he took the show. He didn't cancel it. He took the show to social media and off he went with it, and he rolled with it. And I'm sure there was a lot of people watched, and I think that's fantastic. And the same goes, great. Dropkick Murphys, brilliant. Streamed a live show, great live St. Paddy's Day concert from Boston. And I think that's brilliant. And as I said, Keith Urban did a show yesterday or the day before from his garage in Nashville. That's great. And he took requests and people were, you know, thanks Keith, thanks this. And for any artist that's about to embark and do that for people on their Instagrams, well, I applaud you, you know, and I know that it doesn't take much for you to do that, but I applaud you for taking the time to support your fans and your supporters out there in the marketplace. And you're very welcome, Robin, not a problem at all. That's it. You're one of my favorite people in the world, Robin Way, you really are. And but yeah, it's Robin, actually, funny enough, someone was talking earlier about 30 days of lights out in Las Vegas. So it's yeah, it's the whole strip is closed. So that's like, wow, that's incredible. That's amazing. So incredible times, you know. And I don't know if you're heading back anytime soon, but yeah, it's lights out, lights out. There was a great song called Lights Out in London by UFO, but now we've got Lights Out in Vegas. Maybe UFO, the band, should rewrite Lights Out in London for Las Vegas. Might be a good time. So anyway, folks, I'm going to putter off here. I've talked enough, I think. It's time for me to go back. It's time for me to go and cook some dinner, actually. I don't know what time it is. It's 7:30 at night. So I'm going to cook some dinner. And look, guys, stay safe out there. You know, keep smiling, stay safe. And we're living through very unfortunate times at the moment. And yeah, you know, it's there's not much we can do. We have to try and get through it and come out the other side, and hopefully everything will be okay. You know, so right. So Robin, obviously, I guess that's not really gonna happen until maybe a little bit later in the year, but yeah, you know, it's right, folks. Remember your wee masks if you're going out there. If you need them, they actually make a really good piece of art, I think. And oh, hang on, my ears just dropped out. I will say as well, I did see a girl with in the newspaper. She took her bikini bottoms off and put them around her face, and I thought that was very creative and inventive of her. Well done. And also the hand sanitizer. Keep that around. Buy in moderation. Don't hoard it. Please buy in moderation. Leave product on the shelf for other people. Other people need to live too. Other people need to wipe their arses as well. Wipe their hands as well. Put a mask on. And nappies, apparently, I read some horror stories about people going to supermarkets looking for nappies for the kids. Come on, guys. You are not the only person in the world, so we've got to remember that there. Please, we've all got to eat, drink, and be merry, and do things with this stuff and those other items as well. So, guys, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much indeed. And I'll be back on line a bit later. And if you do get a chance, please try to jump onto YouTube and follow my channel on YouTube, Phil Clark Random Perspective. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time and everything. And for those of you that have got a link to the YouTube channel, please share it. I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying to get a little thing going. I've got some great interviews and some great programs lined up and ideas and stuff like that I want to pre and post, of course, coronavirus. I don't just want to spend the whole time talking about this. So anyway, I'm off. Cook my dinner. Jock Mackenzie's eating his steak and pasta. I'll probably be having a wee bit of chicken and pasta. All right, Jock, and everybody else eating their dinner. God bless. Thanks, Roy. I really appreciate hearing from you. Thank you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all the comments, for joining, watching the live broadcast and sharing the YouTube channel and stuff. Thanks a million, guys. I really appreciate it. Brilliant stuff. Thanks a lot. Take care, everybody. Bye.